We welcome you to the 106th Rotary International Day Parade in downtown, I would say smoky downtown Port Huron. I'm Kevin Miller. Alongside is my longtime partner in crime here. We're doing parades in Port Huron, Karen Palka. Karen, welcome back.
It's a wonderful day.
We're back together again, and for those of you tuning in and watching at home, either on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook channel, or on Channel 12 in Port Huron Cable, you are seeing the very beginning of the International Day Parade, led off by the Port Huron Police Department and the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department.
And we Karen, even have the Michigan Sheriff.
Oh, we have the Michigan State Police as well.
Yes. All right.
And then, Karen, we've got a special, we just talked to City Manager James Fried, we've got a special float that will be following right behind the police department. And tell us a little bit about what that is.
Yeah, that is going to be its inaugural float here, and it was created with the Detroit Parade Company. It's a great place where all of the floats come out of for the Detroit Thanksgiving Day Parade.
So we're saying it should be impressive.
It's going to be impressive. It is actually the first float of the evening.
Good crowd. I know that it's been dimmed a little bit because of the smoke and the, for anybody with asthma or some breathing difficulties, that would not be a great time to be out here. But I will say it is also dimmed the sun a bit, so it's not nearly as hot as it was, say, 3 or 4 hours ago. So what we're seeing on camera there is you're seeing the St. Clair County Sheriff's Marine Division and one of their speedboats that they use out on the waterways here locally. Back when I was teaching, I taught with another teacher at Marysville Middle School who was in the Marine Division of the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department for years and years. So he kept me abreast of everything that was happening Marine Sheriff-wise. And then right behind them, it looks like the Sheriff's Dive Team. Karen.
Yes, and then the Dive Team, they're having a fundraiser on August 4th. Where ice cream saves lives, and all of the revenue goes to the dive team.
Yep, they do that, I believe, out in Keewatin at the wonderful ice cream shop.
Yes, the Milk House.
The Milk House Cafe, yes.
They have really unique kinds of eatings of ice cream there. And there's our colored card.
With the theme of international, you see both the American and the Canadian flags there. We have a view from our location right at the corner of McMorran and Huron. Huron here, we can barely see Canada through the smoke this afternoon. So if you're watching this live and then eventually on delay as well, more than 100 Canadian wildfires are fueling the smoke that is overhead here on this Wednesday afternoon or early evening in downtown Port Huron. So, but we have a very clear shot, from our camera standpoint right here.
There's lots of room still if people want to come down and enjoy this really wonderful parade.
Got the St. Clair County Honor Guard in the middle of the shot there, and then a wonderful thing that I actually did an interview earlier this week with Theo Kerhulis, the superintendent of Port Huron Schools, and they were participating in the Set Sail for Autism last weekend. And what a great opportunity with students with autism to be able to sail on yachts out of the Port Huron Yacht Club. So kudos to Port Huron Yacht Club for a wonderful job sponsoring that activity. And Theo was telling me that he really felt like, obviously the kids loved it, but he thought it impacted just as much the owners of the yachts in the Port Huron Yacht Club. What a great activity.
Absolutely. That was the first time that it was here, but this has been going on for other locations for still named Set Sail for Autism.
Well, obviously, Happy Birthday America is on everybody's mind, and that's kind of the theme for the 106th International Day Parade, sponsored by the Rotary Club. And you can see a wonderful sailboat there honoring America's 250th.
And here comes the inaugural float for the city, created by the parade company in Detroit. It honors a lot of our great landmarks here in Port Huron.
You've got, the hockey team represented. You've got SC4 represented. You've got the Tigers represented. You've got a city council member on board that amazing float. Oh, that is a terrific replica of the Huron Lightship. You've got the bridge represented there. You've got the Fort Gratiot Lighthouse. What a
Yes.
terrific float.
The SC4 Tower, as well as the new mascot for SC4 to join with the Skippers, which is Saginaw Valley University.
And you've got the St. Mary McCormick Academy coming up behind them.
This is one of the first times St. Mary's has joined the parade with us. And I love how some of the students are carrying the lead banner. They are called Red, White, and Blessed.
I love that. The wonderful folks at McMorran Hospital.
They are one of the sponsoring companies of the parade.
I wonder if they're giving out healthy food there in those buckets.
I'm sure there's got to be some good healthy sugar.
You're watching live coverage of the 106th Rotary International Day Parade in downtown Port Huron. Live on our Thumb Coast Facebook and YouTube channels, and also on Port Huron City Cable Channel 12. So welcome to all of you watching on any of those venues. Boy, a huge contingent from McMorran Hospital
This
coming by.
is a really great presentation from the hospital.
As well as a float.
Yes, the float's great.
Well, if parking was any indication, it's a pretty good crowd today, too. Looking at the parking lots filled all around the downtown area.
Yes. Great participation. And Royal Wish Productions is just showing off how a child's dream can come true. They offer parties and private events and more.
I think that might be Bluey on board.
That looks like. I
anybody
think
with
so.
children and grandchildren knows Bluey.
That's right.
I think it is Bluey.
And a couple princesses.
I think you've got Frozen represented there as well. So really nice Disney representation there. Right behind them, the boattheblue.org. See the Q Country 107 Jeep coming by there in the foreground. And then the Boat the Blue folks right behind the Kaywood auto vehicle. Radio First, obviously the owner of Q Country and WPHM.
This has always amazed me when you have gymnasts on a moving vehicle, on a beam, performing.
That is the Flames, which is one of the wonderful gymnast and gymnastic parts of the Port Huron area. I love their phone number too, 985-FLIP. Doesn't get any better than that. look at how many gymnasts are.
There are quite a few, if they're not up there performing. And then Blue Water Developmental Housing is represented.
We are joined on set here. We're going to have some special guests throughout the parade, but Michael Hensley is here. Good to see you, as always.
It's great to be seen, especially this week. What a week to be in Port Huron.
Huh? I know you're with the Tourism Bureau. Give me your exact title.
I just make sure everybody can do their job. I'm the president CEO, and I just make sure they have the right resources.
Well, as far as tourism goes, this is one shining moment, isn't it?
This is kind of our Super Bowl this week. So, and really the month of July is we've got the Bayview to Mackinac race, Blue Water Fest, and then next week is the powerboat races in St. Clair. So lots of racing in the next few weeks, but we love having folks in our destination and love these type of events, and this is such a great time to just kick off this week.
I see perfect time to have you on board here as the trolley goes by. The trolley is still, to me, one of the best bargains in anywhere in the United States of America.
I've sold my car. That's what I get to work now. 10 cents to and from. It's really the best bang for your buck.
And a tour by it as well.
And a tour, absolutely. Class act tour at the trolley over at the Blue Water Transit for sure.
What a great view coming down the street there.
Beautiful Me's showing up. Kind of one of my favorites, I have to say, just so you know.
And for those of you who don't know, my co-host here, Karen Palka, that is her organization, and what a phenomenal organization it is. A Beautiful Me. Now take a moment to give us that 30-second, what is A Beautiful Me about?
We build confidence. Whether it's trying something new, building your confidence, smiling, and we have a great crew out there just representing to smile.
And not only that, you're a part of downtown Port Huron too, Karen. Which
we
I think is
do.
awesome.
We do have I love the city of Port Huron. I love the Thumb Coast, and we have a retail store to sell dresses. We have 3,000 dresses on the floor. Come to downtown Port Huron, and we can get you set up.
Michael, to me, this is not only a showcase of and everything that's happening here over the next 10 days or so, the wonderful area that we have, but really this is any town USA as far as this is what to me a small town and a small area that is really coming together for one big parade.
Well, parades are a popular thing, especially in small town USA, Kevin, and here's the best part. You get a first-class look at everything that Port Huron has to offer, and we really let it shine here. This week is the week that everybody rolls out the red carpet. They're here for, the sailboat races, Blue Water Fest, but I venture to say if this is your first time in town, you're coming back.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Why wouldn't you? And, with the, obviously, 250th anniversary of our country, a lot of red, white, and blue, and you see some great shots there. Even the tractor, the stars and stripes on the tractor on the shot there.
I see Patrick Patterson sitting on a horse that they added some red, white, and blue onto the mane.
Wonderful. Obviously, BW Rock is a wonderful local organization. A couple of moments ago, you got a chance to see Mama Vicky's old early turn-of-the-century vehicle go by. So, but the horses, what a nice addition there. Patrick looks good on the horse.
He does.
It's very fitting. I always think after a Coney dog, one of the next things I want to do is get on a horse and ride through a parade. They go hand in hand next to each other.
I think there's a Seinfeld episode about that. The BW Rock float that you saw going by, and what a great float that is with the stars and stripes on board. There's a shot of it with all the wonderful folks that are part of that organization and that's right behind.
That's really just a snapshot of the support group that BW Rock provides.
It is.
They have to have well over 100 people involved in their their float and their walk through downtown Port Huron today.
100 people and 4 horses.
A little bit of a gap between the BW Rock and our next float, which is coming there, sponsored by St. Clair County Community Mental Health. We've got a couple of kind of moving cameras that are out on the street as well, getting some of those wonderful shots of the kids, getting some goodies from the floats and the things going by.
One of our other gems in the community is St. Clair County Community College, SC4.
Well, and in the background, Karen, with the way we have our shots set up today, you've been looking at part of the housing for SC4 with the building right behind those floats, and really, what a treasure to have a community college right in the heart of your downtown.
And with housing, I think that's the real interesting piece of it.
That is an interesting piece. Although housing is a great additive for SC4, the education piece, but that Challenger experience, the only one in Michigan, how great is that to call that a Port Huron staple?
Yes.
When they opened that up, I was still working as a superintendent, and they invited me up. But what an amazing experience that was to go through the Challenger Learning Center when it first opened up. So, and it's still going strong, 3 years later. So,
well, I'm glad that they put you back on the ship to bring you back home.
Yeah, a couple of the skipper vehicles going by, and they even brought the Kubota out. That is pulling out all the stops, SC4. Well done. Boy, that A1 trucking vehicle has the stars and stripes about as good as you could display it. That is amazing.
That's a great wrap job on that truck.
So if you don't mind, I'll flip the script and ask you guys some questions. Being in Port Huron and on the Thumb Coast for a long time, when we talk about this week, what does it mean to you to have Blue Water Fest, the Bayview to Mackinac, this type of excitement around the town?
Well, I can tell you from my chair that I can remember, I have vivid memories of riding the rides as a child when it was down near the river when we had the carnival there. So I have vivid memories of that. And then also, working in radio on WPHM in the 80s and 90s, of doing the Port Huron to Mackinac, the start of that race out on the water live on radio, and then eventually on television as well. So I have some amazing memories of what this area is all about, from its water to the shorelines to the Blue Water Festival to the Port Huron Flags hockey team. I mean, I could go on and on about Port Huron and how it's in my blood. Karen?
I just love the area, so I think anything you can feature and bring people from out of town and then they come back. That's what I really find we can feature and just invite people back.
We see the Professional Counseling Center had just has passed us, but we are actually almost a stone's throw from there. What amazing job they've done with a couple of buildings right off of Huron Avenue. And then right behind them, you've got the Port Huron Little League and that wonderful organization for youngsters playing baseball.
If you haven't gone to Texas Roadhouse and had their rolls with that sweet butter, that is a place to go.
Now you're making me hungry, Karen. Now that's not fair.
Well, I'm hungry because I'm watching them go by.
Yeah, that is one of our go-to places in the Port Huron area for a good steak. And then right behind them, we've got the blackfights.com organization. And then right behind them, you've got the Schultz family, McDonald's coming up. And I will just say something about the Schultz family. I graduated with Marcus Schultz, who is, his dad began the local McDonald's, but Marcus and I graduated high school together. He now owns all of the St. Clair County locations. And what an amazing organization. They sponsor students, give scholarships, they pay for college education. They do all kinds of things for their employees that you wouldn't have any idea. And of course representing the McDonald's brand as well. But congratulations to Marcus and the entire Schultz family and all the wonderful people of the local McDonald's. What would a parade be without a little bit of politics? You've got the Anita Ashford for mayor, and I do believe I see the mayor walking along and shaking hands along the way there.
Bright yellow. That's just a really great color.
Yep. There she is. Got her in the shot right there, giving out some candy to the kids.
Lake Huron Medical Center coming up next.
And they're also the band sponsor for the parade. Their phrase is code red, white, and blue. We're here for you.
What a robust hospital system we have here in Port Huron. Then McMorran, very proud to have that type of medical care in your hometown.
I love how they're using the American flag for capes.
Yeah.
Happy Birthday USA, the theme of the 106th Rotary International Day Parade. Michael, you're right. I mean, we are so fortunate the health care that we are privy to here in the greater Port Huron area with McMorran and then the Lake Huron Medical Center as well. And then downriver, you've got great health care in the St. Clair area as well. So we're very blessed.
Very blessed. And, when folks come into town, they know that if there's an emergency, we've got your back. And how cool is that float?
That
Look at that.
is clever.
Code blue, red, white, and blue.
Dedicated to healing our community. Gotta love that.
Parks and Rec here in the community has a new photo op right outside of Pine Grove Park. You look at it, it's a monarch butterfly you can stand in front of and then have the bridge in the background. And they just put that up.
I have not seen that. I will have to stop and check that out.
Yes, another photo op.
I tell you what, kudos to our county and the city of Port Huron. I have had a number of people visiting our area from out of city, out of state, who say they cannot believe the beautiful parks that we have in the area. And
that is
it's just
so
it's a
true.
credit to everyone involved.
Well, and it just goes to show that if you build a place where people want to live, you're going to build a place where people want to visit. And
Yes.
the parks are great a testament to that. The Pocket Park that just opened up last week, another great a testament to making these improvements, these place-making, these destination development things for the residents. The visitors will be able to enjoy them as well.
In town, I have, in St. Clair County, I have 5 grandchildren and have had opportunity to visit many of our local parks. The one that I'm most impressed with the transformation is Gratiot Park, along Gratiot near the river and the lake, and what an amazing job they've done.
Absolutely.
See passing by the Serve Pro One Team MVP float.
That kind of almost looks like a pedal trolley, doesn't
I
it?
was thinking
Thought it-
that.
I was
I'm
about
not
to
s-
wonder if that's what it was.
Yes. Without the pedaling.
Without the pedal, that's my kind of pedal trolley.
That's the one I want to be a part of. You got the extreme dance team there. Another probably 40 or 50 young people. What a great shot that is.
Well, listen, Karen, Kevin, I want to say thanks for letting me hop on and be a third co-host for you guys. I'm going to get back with my family, enjoy this parade, and we've got you guys on the cell phone where we'll be listening. So
Thank you so much for being a part of this, Mike, and for the wonderful job you're doing
Yeah, keep up the
regarding
great work.
tourism. Thank you so much.
well,
Yes.
thank you. It's a great time to be in the Thumb Coast.
It
It's
sure
a great time
is.
to be in Port Huron.
Sure is. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Have a great day.
Thanks, Michael.
And speaking of hockey teams that I mentioned earlier, my age, I go all the way back to the original Port Huron Flags in the 60s and 70s, but the Port Huron Prowlers, well represented there by the young ladies in the foreground and the float behind them. And what would a parade
Oh,
be
my.
without the Zamboni?
That's right. But I am so glad we are not in cold weather to have to really experience that Zamboni. We are just able to enjoy this beautiful outdoor weather.
Yeah, the last parade we get together, Karen, we actually needed the Zamboni to,
Yes.
the Santa Parade needed it to go right down here on Avenue.
Yes.
There's some of the cheer team from the Prowlers. Giving out free hugs to the crowd.
And since there is no ice, we've got rollerbladers in place of those ice skaters.
That's a great idea, too. The skaters on the rollerblades. I'm sure we've got some of the, looks like we got some of the Prowlers players.
Looks like. And the
One of
port-
the things that Karen, I think I'm most proud of what's happened in the Blue Water area is the amount of theatric opportunities we have to see theater.
Yes, there are so many different ways you can see theater, from a black box theater to on the stage at McMorran, down the coast to St. Clair and Marine City. We have, you can't say there's nothing to do because there's always a different show. And it looks like You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, and Mamma Mia are coming soon by the Port Huron Civic Theater.
And we've got a theater in the round right here down here at the Citadel. I mean, we just have so many opportunities to see live shows here in the Thumb Coast.
Well, I know Friday at the Boardwalk Theater, I'm going to see Footloose. So there are great opportunities.
You've got Miss Armada on the float coming up to our location here on Huron Avenue at McMorran.
And Miss Armada 2026 is Addison Smith. But she's also joined by Hannah and Ariana.
Done a number of these parades, and I don't know that I've seen Armada represented.
This is the first time, I think, here. But the Armada Fair is another one of those that our family's always gone to, and that's coming up in August.
Got the Blue Water shredding float going by. Kind of a cutting edge float. I
that
love
took-
you, Karen.
that was
You
such-
get my humor. God bless you, Karen.
All right, that bookmobile, I just have to say, if you see it out and around, you can get a library card, you can check out a book, all off-site. It is an amazing new feature that we have in St. Clair County. And did you know we were the first one in the state of Michigan? to have a
Wonderful.
bookmobile back in the early 1900s.
Let me see if I can read it. Discover, learn, grow. What a great theme.
And it looks like there's quite a few representations of Ben Franklin. Look at all of that.
Wonderful. Boy, we have been well represented on dance teams. You see the lime green shirts coming up here, and what a perfect representation for the Limelight Elite Dance. They are colorful.
They are colorful. Another great color. Like the yellow before, now we have lime green.
I see we had Ben Franklin go by in a scooter. I wonder if he invented it.
Possibly.
Got the local YMCA, which is another treasure of our community, and I'm sure that they have a wonderful group of young people representing. We see Josh coming up there.
Yes, you know, and you have Y on the Fly that comes to different activities. They also have the YMCA Otters swim team is being represented.
Oh, the Y on the Fly is a terrific part of the Y that goes out into the community and does activities, and no pun intended, on the fly.
I just, you know, this is a hard one to hold back on, you know. You just want to sing along.
Well, can you pick out the song that they might be playing?
Yeah, the YMCA. Oh, and a confetti gun. One of my favorites.
What a great job by the Y.
And the harbor just went by. They run a runaway and homeless youth shelter for youth ages 9 to 17. And you know, sometimes you think, why do you need that? Well, we need it, and I'm very grateful that we have something like that.
Well, I can tell you as a former middle and high school principal and superintendent, what a wonderful job they do, and partnering with them sometimes in the time of need. So what a terrific organization.
48 years. But then there's the Port Huron Figure Skating Club. Again, going back to a little bit of coldness, but that is really great. They're proud to be a part of the Rotary Parade today.
What would a nostalgia of America be without a little bit of Disney? We have got an amazing float.
This is a big one.
Yes, and it looks like it's a towing company. We'll get a clear look at that soon here.
Oh, yeah.
Ballard Towing.
Well, at least the truck is, yes.
Huge tow truck. And what is it towing? A beautiful Disney float with red, white, and blue. Can you name all the characters on that float?
Quite a few. They're the classics, you know, Mickey and Minnie and Pluto and Goofy. And I'm thinking that might be Daisy and Donald on the other side. Yeah.
Got the Air Advantage Heating and Cooling Group right behind the Disney float as a part of the towing company.
Oh, mannequins making a difference. Okay, I just have to tell you, when you take a woman that wants to do good for a community, and she does it for 20 years and raises over $100,000 through support of other people, this is the 20th year.
Oh, look at Banana Guy over there.
Mannequins making a difference.
That is wonderful.
Thursday and Friday night, right there at the bridge of Huron and Military.
You've got several mannequins on the float itself.
Rotary Bridge. Mannequins Making a Difference 20-year anniversary. What's up, guys? What up?
So great.
Yeah, what's up?
Talk about a group that does some wonderful work around our area. That's the Council on Aging in St. Clair County, Karen.
It is a premium space, and you don't have to be a senior. They have so many great things and opportunities for learning and activities. Oh my goodness, they go to so many different things, but also helping the homebound.
Another large float coming up on our location here along Huron Avenue in downtown Port Huron.
Yeah, RC3, the Unity for Youth.
Great to see a number of convertibles. Last year we had a lot of convertibles scheduled, and then right near the end of the parade we had some rain. So
That's right. No
Yeah.
rain today.
no rain today. A lot of smoke, but no rain. We'll take it. The Paul Mitchell School right behind them.
That offers training in cosmetology, aesthetics, and nail services right here on the pier in Port Huron.
And then I know in every parade that we've done together that one of our favorites is the Parrot Heads.
I know. It's another group. What they do is they raise money and they give it away. They want to have fun, and it looks like they're going to have fun in that float and that bus.
Got one of the old buses with the Blue Water Parrot Head on it, pulling that float that you're seeing now. Wonderful group of people who raise money and do wonderful things here in our area.
I love their phrase, changes in latitude, independence in attitude.
Kind of a play on words from the Jimmy Buffett Parrot Head.
Yes.
Got the Lakeshore Woods seniors represented there with their focus on memory improvement.
Yeah, their title is March for Memory and Liberty.
With as prevalent as dementia and Alzheimer's are now, that is an appropriate response.
Yes.
Organizations like, improving memory.
Yes, absolutely.
And that is their float with a mini bus.
The only time you can operate those vehicles with the doors open is in a parade.
A lot of candy being given out
I know.
this parade.
Isn't that the expectations of children? Blue Water Allies.
Looks like the county is being represented again with the EMS group. Talk about a group of people that are a treasure to our community, early responders and EMS, tri-hospital EMS, to be more specific.
Absolutely. And having the local, it being supported locally.
Getting some wonderful shots of the kids who are stocking up on the goodies.
Oh, look at that. Necklaces. They always have big bags, some of those kids.
giving an example of several of their sirens. Now, one of the things we were told as we were preparing for our telecast today was that because of the atmosphere and the amount of smoke, that there were some who had dropped from being in the parade. But it seems like there is a
pretty good
number.
representation
Yes,
of the community, yes. And those decisions are hard to make, you know, whether you're going to continue on doing something or retract. And, you know, it's all independently driven.
I want to thank the local Rotary Club for taking on years ago the sponsorship and putting this on.
This is a big job, and again, volunteer driven.
Got a great representation from all of the paramedics. There is the theme for this year's parade, Happy Birthday USA. You've got Local 1075 represented there. BWBT.
Yeah, and there's also local number 2, and the sheet metal workers local number 80, and pipe fitters local 636.
So there's a lot of your local union representation. Pipe fitters that you see in the shot there. Behind them, the big Leona Training Michigan Field of Power.
I wonder if that's an actual unit that they can take places and do training on.
I'm thinking that it is, just for the size of the truck itself and the trailer behind.
Definitely doesn't limit you if the training can come to you. You know, we're here out in front of McMorran on the Plaza, and have you gone to any of the concerts here yet this year?
Yeah, not this year, but in the past years, yes.
This is just a great space for families to come and enjoy music for free. There's a splash pad, which is kind of fun even for adults, especially when it's a hot day.
You're not speaking from experience, are you?
No. I just pressed the button.
One of our local heating and plumbing companies, Watson Brothers, you saw go through the frame there. Speaking of our local unions, you've got the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers, Local 2. You mentioned Local 2 a few minutes ago, Karen.
I didn't know what BAC stood for, so there we go. Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers. All right, now doesn't everyone want to at least go on a fire truck? Oi! The Blue Water Ducks.
I tell you what, they are a really competitive group. I see a lot of their press that comes out on Facebook and other venues, but we see a number of young men atop the fire engine, and then their really nice trailer that they have as well.
Oh, and the Dance Academy. I wonder if they had to pull straws to be able to sit on the back of that convertible. That's lovely.
We are getting seated another one of our special guests. The dance academies have been well represented.
They have, and though it's not a bright colored shirt, they have a lot of sparkle with those pom-poms.
Well, joining us on set, and we'll get a shot of the three of us kind of along with the shot of the parade. Jack Bellier. Jack, how are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Talk about some history in the Port Huron area. You have it.
Well, thank you. It is just so wonderful to come downtown and see this community come together in the smile, the kids, the families, and it just takes me back to a few years ago, to say the least.
Well, we were asked earlier to kind of give some of our reflections. Give us a reflection of something from the past that just you have a great memory of.
It would be coming down as a family and thinking about it all day long, and coming down with my sisters, and it would be just so wonderful to think about it all day, and we would smile and we would talk about it for the rest of the summer.
No kidding. No kidding. Very well said. So, how is life treating you these days?
It is treating me very well. I am gone into retirement for about a year and a half from Port Huron Hospital.
How long had it been? So,
year and a half ago.
How many years?
49 years at Port Huron Hospital.
My goodness, I knew it was a long time, but you even beat out Don Fletcher.
I did, and Don Fletcher hired me, so that's even, so we can blame that on him.
Yeah,
but it was just, but again, the family atmosphere, whether it was work, but I look out and I see this and see people I haven't seen in years to walk the streets.
Well, it
just
probably
wonderful.
brought a little pride for you to see the McMorran float go by, and what Port Huron Hospital has become and the transformation. And I've told people all the way back, as far as I can remember, getting great care from the hospital, and kudos to everyone involved with the Port Huron Hospital and then becoming McMorran Hospital.
The wonderful physicians, the volunteers, the employees that are there is one of the largest employers in St. Clair County.
Yes.
And it just is so nice, and I got a chance to give some hugs to people I haven't seen in a long time. And it's the people you miss, and but I sure have enjoyed my family.
Well, enjoy the next stage of your life. You've earned it after 49 years with the hospital. God bless you.
Thank you. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. So the blow up of the eagle is the Fraternal Order of Eagles.
That's a perfect representation for that organization.
An eagle, yes, absolutely. You know, they're known as people helping people.
You've got the Cub Scouts there in the picture now. No, if you added up, Karen, all the volunteers that are a part of the organizations that we're seeing in the parade, I bet we'd be in the 7,000 to 10,000 range.
Oh, I would believe that. Absolutely. It's so great to see. And I think it grows. I think it's just been growing.
Well, and really, you talk about America's 250-year history. Volunteers and organizations that work with people and do special things in our country are really the heart of America.
That is one of our it is a heartbeat for sure. And you know, maybe you want to become a bus driver. That is something that people need. Our students need good drivers to drive the buses.
Well, the float you're seeing there on the screen is Dean Transportation. Dean is somebody that I know well because as superintendent of St. Clair County, RISA, we had Dean, we were privileged to have Dean do all of our special needs transportation in the county. They do an absolutely wonderful job transporting safely students to Woodland every single day, and what a great job that they do. And having known personally hundreds of their drivers through the years, I can tell you they do a wonderful job.
And then the next group are those that are in the Union for Healthcare Professionals.
The AFSCME Michigan group. Great smile. She knew right where the camera was.
For sure.
Well, and of course, when you've got a 250th anniversary of America, you're going to have lots of eagles, and we'll see if we can't get a shot of that eagle on top of that car as it comes through. It's a blow-up eagle, but it's a cool looking one. There it is. That's in the shot
Yes.
right now. That's all a part of the AFSCME Union group. Well done, folks.
So this real estate company is not new. It's just new to Michigan, and they're just down the street from our dress store. And the bright yellow, just a new addition to our community.
Another one of our wonderful giving organization, the Port Huron Lions Club, represented by the sign there and the vehicle behind them.
You know, sight is one of the things that in our family was more important because my dad had cancer and lost an eye. And so in order to keep living, but the idea of sight and what the Lions Club does for those that need some sort of assistance for their seeing.
It's interesting how wonderful service clubs that we have that in their mission they have specific things that they hone in on, and
Yes.
that's one of the ones that the Lions Club has really done a great job with.
Yes. Because you wonder, why do we need so many? Well, if you stay in a lane, you can do it well.
Absolutely. You see one of our local churches, Port Huron Assembly of God, being represented by the sign and then the float behind them with what looks like to be an antique sailboat.
Yes, it's the Boston Tea Party.
Now I see.
Right? Isn't that great?
And just the foundational part of America.
That's
Having
right.
taught a little bit of history in my day. Boston Tea Party, one of those special events that really led to the Revolution. And we've got some pilgrims there in the crowd giving
by.
us some candy as part of
great.
that wonderful float. What a great idea.
Well, I just saw one of my favorites, Dunkin' Donuts, going by with a big
You're
that
making
rubber.
me hungry
well,
again,
okay,
Karen.
that rubber ducky. My granddaughter would love that rubber ducky.
Rubber ducky.
But it would be too big for the bathtub.
And the goodies too. Oh my goodness.
So CL Spirit, they have a dance and tumble organization.
I'm assuming the CL is the Croswell-Lexington area.
It is.
My old stomping grounds as their superintendent. What an honor it was to serve that community for nearly 8 years.
These rec classes can start with kids as little as 2.
Wonderfully done. You've got those of you who recognize insignias, you've got the Masons represented there. Speaking of the eye.
That's right. That's right.
We got some hair cutters on the fly here again this year.
It kind of looks like they might be cutting some hair.
I'm not sure I would volunteer for that on the fly. but
Yes.
He looks a little concerned.
Chicks and clippers. They're the salon gals for all the hair needs.
Good looking antique truck there. Speaking of Randy Schultz running for the Senate for our area. Another local organization that's supported by many, does an absolutely wonderful job. Been a pleasure to know their CEO for years and years, but Sons Ministry does a wonderful job.
Save our neighborhoods and streets. Absolutely. And now with their new location, there are a lot of opportunities for our youth, boys and girls. God bless the USA.
Perfectly said, Sons. Perfectly said. There is one of the youngest drivers in our parade there in the screen.
Look at he's a
That is wonderful.
What a doll. Oh, there goes the sunglasses.
That's why I don't buy expensive sunglasses right there, Karen. I can't keep them attached.
No, even for ourselves, right? We have the Port Huron Elks Lodge, 343. And Hope FM, you know, they moved downtown Port Huron about 2019, and they've been another great new staple, even though they are over 30 years old. It's a station you can tune into, and they just expanded into the Bay City region. So here you're going to hear the station all the way up as you're traveling up north.
Yeah, so when you kind of drive out of the Port Huron area, you can pick them up on a Flit FM frequency as well. So you'll see those frequencies on the side, and you see the Port Huron Area Landlord Association.
And bubbles. Not only do I like
Lots of bubbles.
confetti, but bubbles. That's great.
I continue to be impressed by the number of very creative floats in this year's parade, Karen.
Really great parade. Really great floats. Creative.
You know, having grandkids, Karen, the kids love bubbles.
I just don't think it goes away. It's just like,
Well,
there's something, you know, when it floats through the air and you just want to just follow it. It's soothing, you know?
it really is.
Oh, I love how some of the people that have come out, they have gotten into the patriotic apparel.
Everybody dressed in the red, white, and blue. You gotta love it.
And the Holiday Blue Water Lodge.
Senior Living Association. Boy, we've had a number of antique vehicles, and there is a beauty right there. One of the antique
That's a
Fords.
classic, for sure. And you know, that's just one of the pieces of the many parts of the museum that we have here. The Port Huron Museums, from just the car to the trolley to the lighthouse.
To the Edison Museum.
Oh my goodness,
yeah, it
there's
goes
just
on
so
and on
many.
and on.
And you know, the tours you can get taken on this trolley, they are so educational. They're fun. I highly recommend them.
We're winding down in this year's parade. This is the 106th. Think about that. The first parade happened in the early part of the 20th century, and what a wonderful history this parade has, dating all the way back to 1920.
It's amazing. The Blue Water Traditional Powwow, they're having their 7th annual gathering of the Indigenous and First Nation peoples. That's August 15th.
That's we were mentioning earlier the great shots we've been getting of the SC4, part of the SC4 footprint in downtown, the college housing right behind the floats as they're going by. Tell you, they hit a home run with the theme of Happy Birthday USA, because
Absolutely.
It's so wonderful to see all the red, white, and blue in this year's parade.
It's probably the easiest way to all gather together in a theme. And that's Crossroads Recovery Community.
You got the Blue Water Clubhouse coming up behind them.
And you speak of that housing, they are expanding the housing now just on the other side of Military Bridge because they knew that there was a need.
And then always one of the highlights, you've got the Jeeps are coming. They're upon us.
The Jeepers Anonymous of Michigan.
It wouldn't be a Port Huron parade without the Jeeps.
And they give back to veterans, first responders, seniors, animal rescues, and children. Again, using something that you enjoy to help the community.
Just something about a Jeep, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely a fun one.
And although it's smoky, it's not rainy, and so that everybody has the cover off and the top down, if you will.
That's right. Doors off.
Although I don't know that they're going to break the record. I can't remember, Karen, whether it was a year ago or Christmas. It seemed like we had 100 or more
Yes.
of these Jeeps.
There was so many. But I am a VW bug lover, and I would really, maybe I need to gather my friends up and get in the parade with all of our little VW bugs.
You can see the parade of Jeeps inside the 106th International Day Parade is continuing here. As we wind down, this is one of the last floats or exhibits, if you will, in this year's parade.
Oh, and they keep coming.
I may have spoken too soon about breaking the record of the past number
right.
of Jeeps. Each one of them decorated a little bit differently.
Looks like they support the wreaths around America.
And we want to thank all of you watching along the way today, whether it be on the Thumb Coast TV Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Also, as you may have known previously, on Channel 12 on Comcast local television. Thumb Coast TV is now simulcast on the Channel 12 as well. Number of different ways to catch the parade live this year.
And lots of other things that are happening with thumbcoast.tv. From informing people on activities, upcoming events.
Wreaths across America. You've got the Mexican street corn on one of the vehicles here.
Yum.
And then, as is tradition, both opening and closing this parade in downtown Port Huron is always the Port Huron Police and Fire Department. And what a wonderful job all of our force of police, whether it be the cities in our area or the county or the state police as well. A great representation in this year's parade.
Absolutely. Grateful for them. So I'm not going to rush the winter upon us and enjoy this nice, but you know, having some great parades here. The other one is the Santa Parade.
We do have a lot of tradition, don't we, with parades here in the area. Not only 106 years of this parade, but the Santa Parade that you mentioned, it's been going on for decades and decades as well. So we're very, very fortunate to have the traditions that we have here in the Port Huron area and the Thumb Coast as well.
Yes.
Well, that
It looks like that
fire
might be
department will be the final float of this year's parade. So we want to thank you again along the way for tuning in to watch with us. To my right, your left on the screen, Karen Palka from A Beautiful Me. Thank you so much again for working with me today. I'm Kevin Miller. We thank you all over TV land on Thumb Coast TV and on local channel 12 for joining us for the 106th Rotary International Day Parade. And we'll close it out with just some video for you of downtown Port Huron as we say so long. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Give us a